It's been 2 months since Maya left the office. 2 months without a single trial. I've had offers, but none I took. That is, until the day that girl showed up. Hey guys, VGamersNRV here, back to another video, and today I'm back with some more Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney. In the last episode, we finished off Turnabout Goodbyes, Turnabout Goodbyes is what I meant to say there, which is the end of the original Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney game, the original GBA game that came out over 20 years ago at this point. But now we move on to Rise from the Ashes, which is the case that was added in the Nintendo DS remaster, and is one of the most convoluted cases in Ace Attorney. Like, honestly, one of the most convoluted cases I've seen in Ace Attorney. It might not be the most convoluted, but it is very complex, and it is very long, so we're going to be in for quite a ride. Now, as Nick has said already, it has been 2 months since he's taken a single case. Even though he's had offers, he hasn't taken a single case. Maya is still away at training. Don't know exactly why he hasn't been taking cases, he just hasn't. But we're in the Wright & Co. law offices in the new year, when a girl comes in and asks Nick to take a case. Why do I come here to the office every day? It's not like I want to work.
There you are, finally! Where have you been? My sister's trial is tomorrow.
Who are you?
It doesn't matter who I am, it only matters who you are. The famous defense attorney, Mia Fey. Oh, you're not Mia Fey, are you?
I'm sorry, but Mia Fey no longer works here.
So, you are the coffee boy?
I'm Phoenix Wright, a defense attorney.
Right. Wait! You're the Phoenix Wright? The Phoenix Wright from the Edgeworth murder case?
Yes, that's correct. It wasn't Edgeworth who murdered, though.
That's a relief, then. You're better than nobody.
I'm sorry. I'm afraid I'm not taking any cases right now.
But you are Phoenix Wright, right? The undefeated defense attorney?
Look, I'm not accepting any new cases. I'm sorry, but you'll have to try elsewhere.
Please! I'm out of time! But please, you have to help! It's my sister!
Maya? Could it be? Okay, I'll hear you out.
Really? Thank you so much! My name's Emma Skye. I'm a scientific investigator.
Scientific investigator? Yeah, so this right here is Emma Skye, who is one of the main characters in this case, if not the main character in this case. But she's also a significant character in the future games, which is gonna be fun to see. Let's talk to Emma. Let's talk about Emma, actually. Who are you, Emma? Who are you? Oops, excuse me. Emma, was it? So you're a scientific investigator?
Yes, that's right.
Is something wrong? No, it's just you seem kind of jumpy, or maybe just young?
Young? I'll be 16 years old this year.
Oh, I see.
Wait, only 16? I'm set to be formally assigned to forensics in 3 more years. My work is becoming quite well known. At my age, no less.
So what exactly is your current position then?
Well, legally speaking, I guess you'd call me an 11th grader. But I'm ready to do my job, at my age, no less.
Great, another future professional in training. Alright, let's talk about the case we love. I love Emma, honestly, I love her so much. So what's this about a case? You said the trial's tomorrow?
My sister didn't do it. She wouldn't stab someone with a knife, she wouldn't.
So, it's a murder case.
I don't care if there's a witness who saw her do it. She didn't do it. I know she didn't do it. It's a scientific fact.
And there's a witness.
Just talk to her. You have to talk to her.
Right. I suppose I will.
I promised her I'd bring Mia Fey, but
that's interesting. How would she know Mia? And how does she not know that Mia's dead? Let's talk about being a scientific investigator. So, you want to be a scientific investigator when you grow up then, huh?
Excuse me? I'm not a child, I'll have you know.
Still, it's good to have a goal, albeit a very unusual one.
I believe investigation should be done scientifically. Don't you?
Yeah. Sure can't fault her for the lack of enthusiasm.
If this case is handled scientifically, I'm sure my sister's name would be cleared.
Your sister?
I've been doing research, you know. I'm developing a new scientific method of case investigation. I'll show you when I'm done.
I'm looking forward to it. Guess I should get down to the detention center and talk to her sister. Let's talk about the relation to Mia.
My sister asked for Mia specifically. This Mia Fey person was a few years below her in school.
So, they went to the same school, huh?
She always told me to go to Mia if I ever needed a defense attorney. And, well, I need one.
Incidentally, Mia is a woman?
Now that you mention it, I guess it is more of a woman's name than a man's.
Well, it's nice to you to help your sister out like this. You must be close.
Well, actually, when she gets like she is now, I kinda hate her.
Huh?
But she's my only family.
Your only family? What about your parents?
They died in a car accident when I was little.
Oh, I'm sorry. Says that casually. Then again, she was little, so I guess she doesn't remember them too clearly. She probably remembers more of her sister than her parents. Anyways, we move over to the detention center, and we're going to meet with Emma's sister. I wonder what's wrong with Emma. She got quiet all of a sudden as soon as we arrived.
Guard? I thought I told you I didn't want visitors.
Sorry, ma'am. It's just your sister.
No excuses. Or did you not want to raise this year,
Understood, ma'am.
What was that all about? Hi, Lana. Funny. I seem to remember specifically telling you not to come here. Perhaps my memory is failing? Look, I didn't want to come here either, okay? But your trial's tomorrow and you still don't have a defense attorney. I'll be the one in court tomorrow. This has nothing to do with you, Emma. Isn't that right, Mr. Wright?
Hey, how do you know me?
Mia mentioned you. I've heard quite a bit.
I'm sorry. What exactly is it that you do?
My name is Lana Sky. I'm chief prosecutor for the district.
You're a prosecutor? Two sisters, one a lawyer. Could this be a coincidence?
Emma, Lana, I mean, they're just like... Is something wrong, Mr. Wright?
They are a lot like Maya and Mia, yes. That's kind of the reason this is a thing right now. Let's talk to Lana about the case.
There's something you should know from the start.
Which is?
The suspect in this case has confessed to the crime.
Huh?
Wait! But the suspect is... me. I did it.
Well, Mr. Wright? Well, why don't you begin by telling me exactly what happened?
The crime took place yesterday, February 21st at 5:15 p.m.
That's quite specific.
It was in the witness's deposition. A witness clearly saw me committing the crime.
My, that was a bit of bad luck, wasn't it?
The crime took place in an underground parking lot at the prosecutor's office. The body was found in the trunk of my subordinate's car.
The prosecutor's office, huh? In your subordinate's car trunk? Classy.
I was arrested on the spot, caught red-handed, as it were.
Well, that's just great. Okay, let's talk about the victim in this case. So, who is the victim?
An investigator with the police department. I suppose the correct term is detective. A detective? Death was due to a loss of blood. He was stabbed once in the stomach. By you? Death wasn't immediate, but the wound was fatal. I see. Allow me to repeat myself, Mr. Wright. The victim was a detective. You know what that means, don't you? Uh-oh. What? Mr. Wright, what does it mean? Well, it means the police department will consider it a matter of pride to have me found guilty. They will use any means at their disposal to do so. This case gets worse and worse with everything I learn. Okay, let's talk about Lana. Let's talk about you as chief prosecutor. Let's talk about you. So, you're the chief prosecutor? That is correct. I'm responsible for overseeing every trial handled by prosecutors in this district. I make sure the prosecutors have what they need to do the job and manage every aspect. Those are my responsibilities in a nutshell. That's an awfully large nutshell. Still, I'm a little surprised. I would think you'd recognize the district's chief prosecutor, Mr. Wright. Huh? In fact, it seems impossible you wouldn't. Lana? What happened to your hand? Oh, this. I cut myself by accident. When I stabbed him, that is. Huh? I'm not very good at being a criminal, I suppose. How am I supposed to defend this? Time to change the subject. Wait, she was in the class ahead of Mia, wasn't she? Alright, we're talking about the relation to Mia again. We keep going back and forth between the Mia and Lana parallels. You were in school with Mia, correct? A few years above her? Emma told you that too, did she? Well, why not? I did drag him all the way here from his office. Although it seems he has very little in common with Mia. Hey! It was in law school. I was in my 3rd year and she was auditing the class. She was different than the other students. Different? She was strong. She'd do anything to become a defense attorney. Anything. That was probably why she was attracted to me. Excuse me? Intellectually attracted. Lana was at the top of her class at school. I was the best there was. Oh. I'm doing pretty good in school too, by the way. It sounds a bit different when Emma says it. Well, Mr. Wright? Excuse me? As you can plainly see, I'm admitting my guilt. I think it's safe to say there's no way you can take this case. None. But Lana! Why? Why are you doing this to me? You never think of anyone but yourself. I know you didn't do it, Lana. I know. So how can you say you did? If I lose you, I'll be all alone. I hate you, Lana. Mr. Wright? Yes? I believe our discussion here is ended. The rest, I leave to you. You mean you're requesting my services as your defense? Don't lose any sleep over it. Your client has confessed, after all. The case is over. Right. I'll do what I can to get to the bottom of this. Lana has confessed to the crime, yes. But something doesn't fit. It's that look in Emma's eyes. There's something else going on here. And I'm going to find out what. There always is something else going on, isn't there? I'm sorry, Mr. Wright. Huh? About what? My sister, she's not always like that, you know? I just never expected to be defending another prosecutor again. She's changed a lot. She used to be so gentle, always smiling. Everyone liked her. I see. Sorry, but I'm having a hard time imagining that. What happened to her? I don't know for certain myself. I think maybe she... well, maybe not. Sounds like there's something there that defies a simple scientific explanation. Let's go check out this underground parking lot of the prosecutor's office, shall we? Okay. Ah, this music. Okay, but yeah. Oh, that pin on her... that pin.
sorry, I just noticed a tiny detail that doesn't really matter for this case. I'm so sorry. Let's move to the underground parking lot. So I've noticed, like, the tiniest thing that really does not matter right now. So this is the lot where it all happened? Looks like they're still investigating. Funny that my first visit to the prosecutor's office should be like this. Hey everyone, keep up the good work! Hey, what are you thinking? Well, they are going to be my co-workers 3 years from now, after all. No harm in saying hello. Actually, there is. You know, attorneys aren't supposed to examine crime scenes? I'm trying not to stand out too much here, see? Hey there! You expect to go unnoticed here, partner? Oh, it's this guy. But partner? Oh, this music. What do we have here? Looks like a bambino got loose from the ranch and is up to no good. Folks gotta learn to keep them doggies tied down, partner. But Mr. Marshall! Marshall? Looks more like a sheriff to me. Looky here, bambina. I know how you feel. But this is my gang's gold strike, see? Strike? This is our claim, our territory, with a mother load of evidence. If you're fixing to mess with what's ours, you'll regret it, pot. You know what dreams the cacti on the desert dream? You want to? What's this guy talking about? You head along home now. Happy trails, bambina. Was that, hombre, the friend of yours? Kind of, sort of, yeah. He's a detective who thinks he's a sheriff from the Wild West, it seems. Okay, so first things first, we got to move over, no. We need to move over to this side. I love how the car is wrapped in caution tape. Speaking of car, we need to actually examine that car, so let's go ahead and do that. Well, no time to waste. Let's get hunting for clues. I wonder what this is. Well, partner, looks like you got no intention of going home quietly. The sheriff! Like I said before, this here's our claim. You'd best be moseying along, unless you're fixing to bite the bullet. Ah, scary. Could you just tell us one thing? Who owns that car? Well, little Philly's got a good nose on her. You wanna know who rides that red Mustang with the body in his saddle, eh? Please! No problem, partner. About time for the vittles anyway. Get yourself to the saloon up on the 12th floor of the prospector's office. Might find you a what? Cerveza, you like? I don't know what that is. Prospector's office? Where does this guy think he is? And when, for that matter? Note to self, look up Vittles Saloon Cerveza. Maybe we should check out room 1202, the High Prosecutor's office. In any case, stay away from the car. You can look around here all you like, just keep your paws off our claim. Right. Great. Great! Maybe there's some clues around here, Mr. Wright. Let's check it out. Well, there is one thing. On the floor in front of that door, there seems to be a little wallet. We gotta examine that. What's this? Wallet? Excuse me, officer? Wait! What are you doing, Mr. Wright? What am I doing? I just found this wallet, so I'm handing it over to the police. I don't believe it. This is real basic. Anything on a crime scene is evidence. Let's be scientific about this, please. Just put it in your pocket. How is that scientific? Sounds like theft to me. Wallet hastily shoved in the pocket. Okay, cool. Yeah. I'm called to duty already, and at my tender age. Here, I'll teach you about the trick to examining evidence in detail, okay? By the way her eyes are sparkling, I could tell she's been waiting for this. Okay now. Look at the court record. Okay, we gotta look at the wallet. Check it. Okay, now we're gonna have to switch over to the bottom screen here. Like I said, this case was added during the DS remaster. This case, it actually uses the bottom screen quite frequently in investigations, which is very nice. You have to be sure to examine all
evidence carefully on all sides. Now, let's start examining from every angle. And she literally means with every angle. So what you can do, excuse me, I'm moving around a lot. I have a little mechanical pencil here. You can use this slider to rotate up and down. This one to rotate left and right. And obviously you can move your cursor around like that. You can zoom in and zoom out with the X and Y buttons, actually. So we can examine that. We can examine whatever we find interesting, you know? But that's not what we need to examine. What we need to examine is actually this. There we go. Oh, look! I think there might be a clue here. You should check it out. Press the examine button. Let me actually zoom out because we are way too in. We need to investigate this gold seal right here. Open up the wallet. This is an ID card. Sergeant Bruce Goodman, ID number 5842189. See? Well, isn't scientific investigation useful? I guess, but I don't see what science has to do with it. And so we get Goodman's ID added to the court record. Now that was just us getting used to the basic moving around part of it. We're going to be doing more investigations that involve more proper movements like that later on during this case, and also in later games. So for right now, we're good here. Let's be sure to examine every piece of evidence we find. I guess I've got to be on my toes from now on. Who says that? Who's saying that? Who? What? I don't know who's saying that. Oh, it's you! Oh, it's you. What's this? She couldn't be. You're selling lunches? Here? This is a crime scene. Hello. Half and half, was it? Oh, thanks. And you, sir? Yes? Some crunchy goodness coming at you. Thanks. Interesting way of doing business. This area is off limits to anyone without clearance, especially passers-by. Or are you officers? No, but you don't exactly look like the type to have clearance. Well, that's hardly a way to greet someone, even if my days as the cough-up queen are over. Cough-up? Huh? You know, I'm feeling kind of full. Maybe I'll pass on this lunch. I'm quite connected to this case, you see. The images are burned into my eyes, you might say. Yes, all the sordid secrets. Secret? Whoa. Dear me, you are a slow one, aren't you? I'm referring to the murder. The stabbing of that detective. What? A witness clearly saw me committing the crime. You mean you're the witness my sister was talking about? Please, cough-up queen, tell us what happened. The name is Angel Star. Don't you go forgetting it. Or before you know it, I'll have you whimpering at my heels. Yes, ma'am. Yipes, she means it. Oh, I'm sure she does. She's very intimidating, I'm sure. Anyways, let's talk to Miss Angel Star about the case. Somehow I knew. Yesterday was a day of destiny. I knew something was going to happen. Just like I know that the daily special on Friday every week is a salmon. Destiny? Was yesterday special for some reason? You're a defense attorney, right? You should know then. You should know the foul misdeeds of the evil ones who daunt this den of inequity. Evil ones? Prosecutors? They have no qualms at all about blackening the names of innocents. And yesterday they paid homage to the old evil one of all. They gave an award for the king of prosecutors. What a farce. So she's saying there was some sort of prosecutors' convention yesterday. I was almost compelled to lace their lunches with something foul. Do you have a personal grievance against prosecutors or something? Or is there some kind of scientific evidence of this, evil? Young miss, mock me at your own risk. You'll soon find out why they call me the cough-up queen. Ew! The most heinous of all the evil ones, the one the one they awarded yesterday. It was in his car that they found the body. Proof that he devours the evilest lunches of all. Really? Really what? I'm totally confused. One thing's clear, this lunch lady has a thing against prosecutors. No, definitely. Let's talk about what you witnessed. So, what exactly is it that you witnessed, Miss Starr? It was a fascinating spectacle, to be sure. Now I feel like I know what they'd say when they talk about a woman's wrath. To see Lana Skye wield that knife so... Her knife flashed in anger, bringing him to a sad end. It truly was a sight to see. You mean you saw the very moment of the crime? The sound of his silvery ties to this world being cruelly cut still rings in my ears. And the rhythmic beat of Lana Skye's knife. Wait a second. You know Lana Skye? Of course. It's quite a feat, becoming a chief prosecutor. How many lunchboxes of sin did she pack to make that journey, I wonder? She always travels light. Now, why would this pretty lunch lady know the chief prosecutor's name? That's true. Let's talk about Angel. Can we ask you a bit about yourself, Miss Starr? I come here every day to sell lunches. I import only the freshest and best from the Far East. For some reason, the boxed lunches are a hit here. Why not make the lunches here rather than import them? Did you say something? No? Only true connoisseurs can understand. The kind you can only tell someone who's tried General Tso's Trilogy lunch set. Never mind. You win. I don't even want to appreciate part of a Trilobite's favor. Anyway, I come here every day to sell lunches. My boyfriend works in a security room here at the prosecutor's office. Your boyfriend? See the security room over there? The glass-walled booth? I sell my lunches, and since I'm here anyway, I drop in to see him. Since you're here anyway, I guess selling lunches is more important than romance. So, to scientifically analyze the data available so far, you, Miss Starr, are a lunch vendor with an ulterior motive for coming here. Useful analysis. Not. Alright, let's talk about the prosecutor's office. Did you have a bad experience with the prosecutor, Miss Starr? I sense some hostility. Hostility? Perhaps. Prosecutors are all alike, and the bigger they get, the worse they smell. Kind of like a 10-day-old clams in chowder. I wonder if Miss Starr was involved in some sort of legal trouble in the past. That'd be a sure cause of food poisoning. Scientifically speaking, of course. I mean, now you're talking cough-up queen. I thought she was just a lunch vendor, but now I'm not so sure. Anyway, that's all we can talk to Angel about. She will be important later, though. Right now, we need to move over to the High Prosecutor's office. Alright, let's see. Let's see who this place belongs to, huh? But I feel like the coat on the wall should give us a hint as to who this place might belong to. This is a kind of room that just screams, I can do the job. Quite a change from your office, really. Thanks. Look! There's a trophy or something here. A trophy? What, that shield? It takes real nerve to display stuff like this. Whoever's office this is, they must be a real stuck-up jerk. Phoenix Wright. You never tire of prying into other people's business, do you? That voice! Long time no see, Edgeworth. Huh? Ah! Mr. Edgeworth! You know him from somewhere? Of course! I'm his biggest fan! My sister introduced us once and... Right. Her sister is the chief prosecutor, after all. Well, what brings you here? I'll warn you, I've been known to be a real stuck-up jerk. No! It was just Mr. Wright here, Hey, don't blame me. We're just here to investigate a murder case. Murder? A body was found in this nasty bright red sports car in the parking lot.
That would be my car. What of it?
What? Your car?
I'll say one thing, she certainly can scream. Anyways, hey Edgeworth, it's been a while. Let's talk about the case. Yes, let's talk about the case. So, the body was found in your car? Go ahead, say it, Wright. You think I did it, don't you? After you went through all the trouble to help me last year, no doubt.
No, we don't think you did it.
Also, this is the first time we've had an animation or like a sprite of Edgeworth like smiling. This is the first time we've had that. This is the first time that sprite appears. Ah! Okay.
I mean, it was my sister who stabbed him. Wait, no, she didn't do that. I mean...
Wait. So you're the chief prosecutor's little sister, then?
Yes, sir. Emma Sky. It's nice to meet you again.
Now that didn't sound forced at all. Ah, now I remember. You've really grown. I'll admit it was a surprise for me, too. To think that my own car would become the scene of a murder. More surprising still, I'm being forced to prove my superior's guilt. I can understand. Wait, what did you say? Lana Sky is the chief prosecutor, the top prosecutor in the district. She can't prosecute herself, so I'll be the prosecutor at the trial tomorrow.
You? Mr. Edgeworth?
Well, that's not surprising at all. Let's talk about Edgeworth, I guess. To be honest, it's a bit of a miracle I'm still here at all. What do you mean? Rumors. You've heard the rumors about me, haven't you? Miles Edgeworth. It's hard to remember a time where there weren't rumors about this guy. Forging evidence, arranging false testimony, illegal searches, you name it. Thanks to you, my innocence was established at the trial at the end of last year. However, there are some who say I'm the one who's responsible for the current incident. What? That's crazy! Some people need very little excuse to think ill of others. It's a fact of life. Impossible to stop. This is like the first time we've seen his smiling sprite. Ah! Okay.
But...
Some of them even go as far as to present me with toys like this. They think it funny. Toys? That bronze shield? There's gotta be a story around that one. Let's talk about Lana Sky. Chief Prosecutor Sky. Yes, we first worked together on a case 2 years ago. It was my first big case.
That's right. I remember.
2 years ago. I wasn't even a lawyer yet. Since then, I always felt that she was looking out for me. It appears I was mistaken.
Mistaken? Why? I mean, I know she's not the warmest person, but I'm sure she felt some responsibility for you.
Then, why? Why did she stab someone in the trunk of my car? Not only that, she stabbed him with my...
What? Mr. Edgeworth, your knife was a murder weapon?
To be specific, it was a knife I keep in the toolbox in the top of my car. Toolbox in the trunk of my car. I don't know why I said that so weirdly. Edgeworth? What? Are you sure you didn't do it?
Come on, can he take a joke? You have a strange sense of humor, Mr. Wright.
Oh, come on! I would have known that was a joke. Then again, it's Edgeworth. Anyway, we need to examine the little shield trophy that's thrown recklessly on that couch. I've been wondering, what the heck is this?
It has a big K on it.
Prosecutors. Huh? What's that? It's the King of Prosecutors trophy.
King of Prosecutors?
It's a great honor. They send that shield to the best prosecutor each year. What? So that K, that's...
K stands for king?
Yeah, you got a problem with that? I didn't design the thing.
king of prosecutors. Kind of like employee of the month, only better. Huh. So yeah, now that we've examined that, we actually need to present that very trophy to him. So basically, this says you were the best of the best last year, huh? You can take that foolish grin elsewhere, Wright. I lost a day of work to receive that travesty. Huh? Why's that? I had to go to the police department to receive that broken shield. The police department? Yes, right next to the police station downtown. You've been there, haven't you? Where Detective Gumshoe works? Yeah. I was wondering something about your shield. Why is it broken? What does it matter? I've got more important things to worry about. Oh, right. He doesn't seem too concerned about his award, for better or worse. Yesterday was a very busy day for the prosecutor's office. Maybe we should ask him more about yesterday. Yeah, let's do exactly that. Let's talk about the day of the crime. Could you tell me more about yesterday, the day of the murder? Yesterday was the annual cleaning day at the prosecutor's office. Cleaning day? Working with the police department, we sort and file all evidence for unsolved cases. We call it evidence transferal. Wiping your hands of old cases, in other words. Oh, and another thing. A ceremony is being held in the police department. There's an annual review and rewards for outstanding police officers and prosecutors. And that's when you got the shield? I was at the police department yesterday afternoon. I got back here at 5:12. That's very precise. People like myself and Mr. Edgeworth pride ourselves in our precision, Mr. Wright. No, I place little faith in my memory. The only thing I trust is solid evidence. So on that parking stub, it actually says that he parked, like, at 5:12. This is the parking stub from the underground lot. The murder took place around 5:15. So the murder happened right after you got back. What, right? I'd appreciate it if you'd direct that suspicious glare elsewhere. Excuse me, but is Mr. Edgeworth, anywhere on the premises? I'm Edgeworth. What is it? I'm here, sir, at the request of the chief, sir. I've got your report, sir. Report? What? Did you find new evidence in the case against the chief prosecutor, Sky? I don't like the way this conversation is going at all. Sky, sir? No, sir. No name of that kind, sir. Not in this report, sir. I think I just heard Edgeworth's lid blow. Mr. Edgeworth's lid isn't on very tight, is it? I made a clear request to the police department, did I not? I need to focus on the trial tomorrow, so don't bring me anything unrelated. Sir, but sir! I'm just following orders, sir. They told me to bring this to you. I wasn't aware of the particulars of your arrangement with us, sir. Give me your name. Yes, sir. Meekins, sir. Officer Meekins. Right. Officer Meekins, take your report and leave. And good luck with that raise next month. Oh, but sir, I didn't know. Poor guy. Looks like he was absent on the day they gave out brains and good luck. Poor guy. Right. Yes, sir? Ah, he caught me off guard. As you can see, I'm busy. You may leave now. Let's do what he says, Mr. Wright. The victim was a detective from the same department as that patrolman just now. Go down to the police department. You can ask more there. Thanks. He seems to have finally calmed down at least. Well, that's good. Good that he's got the lid back on. Let us move over to the... Well, first we have to move to the underground parking lot before we can go anywhere. Okay. And then we move over to the police department entrance. Whew. Alright. A lot going on, and there's not a clear story being told other than the fact that Lana seems to have admitted to the fact that she's done it, and Angel Star has said that she saw Lana do it. And Edgeworth's the prosecutor. We don't really have a story yet. We'll figure that out when we get there, I guess. Emma? Phew, we're finally here. Why would they put the police department so far away from the prosecutor's office?
Beats me. That took almost 30 minutes by taxi, and the traffic wasn't even that bad. The police department, huh? I've only ever been to criminal affairs next door. Hold on, what's that?
Disturbing? Why does it undulate like that?
Oh, wait, I know. This is the Blue Badger. They're trying to make him the police mascot.
Wow, Mr. Wright, you sure know a lot about the police. Still, he does seem familiar somehow.
Forget the Blue Badger. Who's that next to him?
Someone appears to be dancing with the Blue Badger. Uh-oh, he noticed me.
He sure is running over here fast. Hey, pal! What are you doing here? That's my line, Detective Gumshoe. Specifically, why were you dancing over there? What? Well, at least he doesn't seem to be busy. This is our chance to get information. Hey, I'll have you know I'm a very busy man, pal. Yeah, Gumshoe, it's been a while. Well, not really, actually. The last time we talked to you was like 2 days ago, in real life. But like, by the time I'm recording this, and also for Phoenix, it's been a while. Anyways, let's talk about the case. I'll give you one word of advice, pal. You better not agree to defend the suspect in this case.
Why not?
Huh? Well, it's just that the chief prosecutor has confessed to the crime. She says she summoned the detective to the prosecutor's office and she killed him.
But what if she's not telling the truth?
Yeah, well, no. Come on, pal. There's plenty of evidence against her.
But what if the evidence was fake?
Hey, pal. Can I speak to you for a second? Huh? Me? Why is this little girl so peeved at me? She's a relative of the suspect. She's Lana Sky's sister. Whoa! The chief prosecutor's little sister?
Just please investigate carefully, okay? Scientifically.
Yes, sir. Oh, by the way, you might want to keep your voices down. You don't want to be overheard using words like faked.
Huh?
It's a sensitive issue with us nowadays. I'm sure it is. I'm sure it is. Let's talk about the investigation.
So, what are you doing here, Detective Gumshoe?
Me? Well, nothing, really. They kicked me out of criminal affairs. Detective Gumshoe, what did you do this time? What do you mean, this time?
Then, what happened? I know things are busy right now. I mean, with my sister's case and all.
It's true, we've never had a chief prosecutor murder anyone before. Only the highest ranked people are being led into criminal affairs now. The lowest ranking guy in there is our chief of detectives. They're not letting any of us rank and file detectives in at all.
None of you?
I know this is an important trial, but isn't that a little odd? So anyway, I thought I'd spend the day getting the Badger dance down pat.
Isn't there anything else you could be doing?
The chief of police himself is directing this investigation, pal. And Officer Marshall was assigned to the underground parking lot.
Officer Marshall?
Now that I think about it, Emma did seem to know that Marshall guy. A patrolman in charge of a crime scene. It's unheard of, pal. A patrolman? Okay, he's only a patrolman. That's interesting. Let's examine the Blue Badger.
I was wondering about that.
What? The Dancing Blue Badger? It's my masterpiece. Your masterpiece? You made this, Detective Gumshoe? The chief threw together some designs and I just did my thing, pal.
Nice work.
It's battery powered so it can go anywhere. There's no switch, so it just dances until the battery dies.
Poor Blue Badger. Fated to dance till he drops.
Yeah, I guess that is kind of sad, ain't it? What we need to do now, we need to present, Goodman's ID. Here we go. Detective Gumshoe, what can you tell me about this? Hey, pal, this is the detective's ID card. You can't just keep that, you have to turn it into police. It's people like you that get me into so much trouble all the time. Meaning Detective Gumshoe must drop his card a lot.
Let's see. Bruce Goodman. Goodman. Sounds familiar.
Nah, my mistake.
But didn't you work together with him in criminal...
Whoa, now I remember. Bruce Goodman. He's the victim.
That's what I thought. Can you tell us more, Detective Gumshoe?
Ooh. Now we... oh, God, there's so much back and forth on the menus. Now we talk to him about Bruce Goodman. There's so much back and forth happening on this menu. Okay, so, this ID card belonged to the victim? He's a detective like myself. Detective Bruce Goodman.
Don't you think it's strange? I mean, why would the victim's ID card be lying on the ground where we found it?
Well, Detective Goodman should have been in the police department yesterday. There was an evidence transfer for a case he handled 2 years ago.
Evidence transferal. Mr. Edgeworth mentioned that too. But Detective Goodman was killed at the prosecutor's office.
Well, that's the thing. It's hard to say this, but word is that Chief Prosecutor Sky called him out there to the parking lot.
And Lana's confessing as much.
Yeah, she is, ain't she? Okay, what next? We have to present something else, and I don't remember what. I think it's the... No, we present the trophy. Right, we present the trophy. Hey, that's it! That's the King of Prosecutors Award that Mr. Edgeworth got yesterday. Were you at the award ceremony, Detective Gumshoe? Of course, pal! I got an award for diligence myself. Congratulations.
I was wondering, why is the award a shield? And why is it broken?
Oh, there's a reason. I'll tell you what it is later. Apparently, he's forgotten. But I was proud of Mr. Edgeworth for winning that award, even with all the naysayers in the prosecutor's office. Naysayers? Must be because of the rumors. Anyway, now we present the knife. Knife. Found in Mr. Edgeworth's car, stabbed with Mr. Edgeworth's knife, huh? What would drive the chief prosecutor to do such a thing? Wait, I mean, sure, of course, someone else really did it. Someone who must have a grudge against Mr. Edgeworth. The car and the knife do seem a little too well organized to be a coincidence.
Poor Mr. Edgeworth. What could have happened?
We have to find out a little more about what's going on with Edgeworth. Alright, now we have to talk about Edgeworth's troubles. It's so weird. Edgeworth's troubles. He's in a tough spot again. Again? Well, it all started with that murder of that defense attorney, Hammond.
But Mr. Edgeworth was found innocent!
Listen, pal, there have always been rumors about Mr. Edgeworth. Forging evidence, making deals with the witnesses. Nothing outright, but there were always whispered rumors. Ever since he was accused of murder, no one's whispering. They're practically shouting.
But there's no evidence against him!
Well, Mr. Edgeworth has always had unusually strong ties to the department higher-ups. It's only natural that people would be suspicious. I had no idea he was under the gun. Anyway, this latest case started a new rumor. People say the only reason he took this case is because he's aiming for the chief prosecutor position himself.
What?
But I know the truth, pal. Nobody wants to be the one who has to prosecute the chief prosecutor. Mr. Edgeworth is biting the bullet on this one. He's doing this for all of us. And that's all I know about that. I'm not officially on the case, you know.
Thank you!
Why aren't you handling the case, Detective Gumshoe? We met the guy who is... what's his name? The guy in the parking lot? That'd be Officer Marshall. He was appointed directly by the Chief of Police. Officer Marshall? Is he some kind of Wild West sheriff or something? Nah, Jake Marshall's just a regular old officer. From West LA. For a moment there I wasn't sure. Look, pal, let me try to make things a little easier for you. Show them this and they'll let you examine the crime scene. Maybe. We got a letter of introduction from Gumshoe. Let's go. I'll be surprised if this gets us anywhere. Just act like you're supposed to be there and no one will look at you twice, pal. Yeah, I don't think a letter of introduction from a detective would get us into a crime scene. But hey, who knows? Maybe I don't know. Maybe I don't know. But we go back to the underground parking lot, and we have to present the letter. Okay. Looks like the investigation is still going. I have to be getting back to the shop. Sorry. Looks like I'll... What? I don't know who's speaking. I don't know who's speaking. I can't tell who's speaking. Oh, still here? Ah, hello. Why the surprised looks? Didn't I mention? I've got a boyfriend in criminal affairs, too. What happened to the security guard? And she's gone. Hey, what's wrong, Bambina? You look like a doggy that's lost its herd. Jake Marshall. Strange guy to put in charge of a crime scene. And we get Jake Marshall's little theme song going again. Let's go. Okay. No. What we have to do is present the letter of introduction, and hopefully Gumshoe has enough clearance for this. Would you mind reading this for me? What's this? I'll warn you, fan letters to me go right to the spittin'. It's a letter of introduction for Detective Gumshoe. Maybe we investigate? Gumshoe? Ah, that old cow dog. He holding a birthday party or something? Huh? Look, where it should say letter of introduction, it says invitation. Ah, I think he just miswrote it. Wait, why am I getting all defensive here? No worries. This proves it's from Detective Gumshoe better than a blood test. Guess I'd better let you in then. Thank you, Officer Marshall. Oh, that's right. He's a patrolman, not a detective. Which reminds me. Hey, wait a sec. Isn't a crime scene supposed to be handled by a detective or higher? Well, folks, the clues are calling. Welcome to our gold strike. Be like the settler. Strike down for lands unknown. Manifest destiny. Let's have a what? A hootenant? A what? Note to self. Police investigations are like settling land. No, they're not! I'll say I wouldn't be needing this anymore. I don't think police investigations are anything like settling land. I don't think they're anything like that. Anyways, let's talk to Marshall real quick. Let's talk about the victim. Officer Marshall, could you tell us more about the victim? Good men always die young. Remember that, partner. Could you be a little more specific? Bruce Goodman. He was a detective, right? Well, aren't you a feisty doggy there now? Detective Goodman was stabbed here at 5:15. Smiling Madonna told me the tale. I think he means the witness, Miss Angel Starr. One stab to the chest. Fine piece of work. This here's the autopsy report. I want you to take a look at that real quick. Hold on, no. Let me look at the court record! There we go. Let me look at the autopsy. Death due to loss of blood, one knife wound, died within an hour and a half of 4 p.m. Died within an hour and a half of 4 p.m. Anyways, was my sister involved with the victim in any way? Funny you should mention that, Bambina. Chief Prospector Sky and Detective Goodman had nothing in common at all. Nothing in common? Apparently worked together on a case a few years back. So, there's no motive. Goodman wasn't a particularly gifted detective. That's one reason he didn't do much work with the chief prospector. But my sister called the victim here on the day of the murder, right? Here to this parking lot? So it seems. By calling an unarmed man to a shootout at high noon. Okay, let's talk about Marshall. I don't mean any offense, but Officer Marshall, you're a patrolman, right? Not a detective? You calling me out? They shoot you for that in Texas. No, they don't. I live in Texas. Huh? I was one of them fancy shoot detectives till 2 years ago, to tell you the truth. Oh, really? Now he tells me? But you're a patrolman now, so how can you be in charge of a crime scene? Nothing gets by you, does it, Bambina? So, why are you in charge? No reason. We're just short on hands right now. I'm keeping an eye out in the meantime. That's odd, though.
Detective Gumshoe was saying he had nothing to do. Nothing important, at least.
He's nothing but a sad old cow dog that can't find his own tail. Maybe it's because he runs with that Edgeworth, huh? Edgeworth? That cow dog's been kicked out of his cattle run by order of the chief of police. Just, he don't realize it yet.
Detective Gumshoe kicked out of the investigation?
Because of his connections to Edgeworth, I guess? I don't know. We'll figure that out. It is definitely because of his event. Yeah, so he apparently, Gumshoe was he was banned from being a part of this investigation because of how close he is to Edgeworth. That's the reasoning. What we need to do, we need to move over here. Right? Did we do that now? I think we do it now. I believe we do it now, at least. Okay, let's examine. Or no, not present. I need to examine. Oh yeah, you need to look at this little yellow thing that's on the floor next to the car. Right. Okay, I like how in the image it's orange, right? Right? That's orange. But on the background it's yellow. So don't know what happened there. But this looks like a cell phone. Scientific analysis would suggest this belonged to the victim. I can't think of anyone else it could belong to. What's so scientific about that? Should we check it out? Yeah, let's check it out. Let's investigate this. Right, let's check it out. Alright, so we're gonna go over to this cell phone and check it out. Alright, so we're back to this little menu. We gotta look around. There was a button somewhere. There we go. This phone's still on the redial screen. Redial? Mr. Wright? Most phones keep a record of all the calls you've made and received. You just press the blue button to display the last number you called. Convenient, isn't it? I'm surprised you didn't know about it. Sorry to disappoint you, but even I know about things like redial. Huh? Oh, I'm sorry. It's just, you never know with people from your generation. Whatever. Let's just check this phone out. Okay, I'm actually going to zoom in here so it's a bit easier, but I believe we need to press this blue button now. Now to see who the owner of this phone call last. Note to self. A defense attorney doesn't think first, he just pushes the button. Y'all recognize this theme song? Hey! That song! I know that! Hey! Oh, hello, we're back on the top screen. Hey, what's going on over there? Sorry. I see you, partner. You pressed redial on that there phone, didn't you? Well, yeah. Whose phone is this, anyway? It was on the ground over there. Whose is it? That belongs to the Chief Prosecutor Sky. What? It's my sister's? She apparently dropped it when she was taken into custody right after the crime. Look, the last call was made right when the murder was occurred. Looks like she was fixing to call someone. Except she only spoke for a few seconds according to this. Who did she call? No idea. Sorry, partner. I got a question for you, partner. I heard a phone ring just now. One of those newfangled ringtones. Oh, that? Oh, I'm sorry. That was my phone. What? Your phone? Yeah, it's kind of strange, but someone called me right as we picked up the other phone. A wrong number. I hope you're not lying. They shoot you for that in Texas, partner. Again, take it from someone in Texas, they don't. Uh-oh, I've incited the wrath of the Lone Star Patrolman. Yeah. So... apparently, Lana Sky accidentally... well, maybe not accidentally. Accidentally called someone? I don't know. She called someone right when she committed the murder? Seems weird. And it only lasted a few seconds? Also seems weird. Anyways, back to examining. We have to examine the trunk of the car now. What's this? Looks like a note of some sort. Look! Something's written on it!
You're right. Let's see. 6-7S12-2. There's a name printed on the paper above that. Goodman. Maybe it fell out of his pocket when he was killed. Well, so? What does it mean, Mr. Wright? How am I supposed to know? Note to self. For deductive reasoning, go to Edgeworth, not Wright. I'm sure Edgeworth wouldn't know what this means either. Yeah, okay, I believe now is the part where we go back and talk to you, yeah? Oh yeah. Okay, let's talk about Lana Skye. So, there's no connection between Detective Goodman and my sister. That's correct, but there's a goldmine of evidence against her. And the prospector tomorrow is none other than Edgeworth himself. I'm afraid your sister's fate is decided, Bambina. Many condolences. Officer Marshall! Yeah, Bambina? How can you say that? You and my sister, you were... Is there something between the cop and her sister that I don't know about? I apologize, Bambina. Something must have gotten to me. Maybe it's that dry wind that's blowing through the prospector's office. Dry wind or ill will, someone's up to something here. But who? Alright, one more thing to talk about, and that's the office atmosphere, apparently. Suspicions about Mr. Edgeworth have been flying around for nearly 2 years now. Forged evidence and arranging testimonies, you mean? He was unbeatable because he did whatever it took to win. Unbeatable, that is, until he met you. But rumors are just rumors, aren't they? There are prosecutors we're talking about. Evidence is everything to them. If you follow the rumors about Edgeworth to their source, you'd find one person. But they're off limits. Untouchable, you might say. One person? Who? Hate to say this, but it's your sister, Bambina. Chief Prospector Lana Skye. What? My sister? Edgeworth couldn't rustle all those cattle by himself. Some people load their guns with bullets, other people load them with deals. What, you're saying Edgeworth is making deals to win trials? Where there's gunshots, there's bound to be bullets. That's what the old-timers say. There's a big old secret hidden around here somewhere. Everybody knows it. Is that why Detective Gumshoe was taken off the case? Did they target him because he was closest to Edgeworth? So, well, how are we doing, Mr. Wright? I guess we've got some clues. We have an autopsy report, a note from the victim, and a phone call. Or a cell phone. So, you think we'll be okay? Well, the only thing that's bothering me is Lana confessing to the crime. She says she did it. No problem! I can guarantee that she's not the criminal. Oh, by the way, Emma? Yes? I know that song your phone plays when it rings. What? It's the Steel Samurai theme song, isn't it? That popular TV show for kids. The phone that rang earlier wasn't mine. It was yours. At 5:18, just after the murder took place, your sister called you, didn't she, Emma? I'm sorry. Can you tell me what you talked about? She hung up right away. I see. Huh. That's interesting, though. A detective is murdered and the suspect is the top prosecutor in the district. I've got a bad feeling about this. Like, maybe I still don't know everything that went on here. Oh, no, you definitely don't. But, Nick, you are nowhere close to knowing everything that went on there. Nowhere close to knowing everything that went on there. But, that is all for this episode. Like I said, we're gonna be... this trial takes a long time. This is the first day of investigation, and I'm pretty sure it took like 20 minutes longer than any previous investigation that we've done, or at least most of the previous investigations we've done. It's taken like at least 20 minutes longer than those. This is going to be a long trial. This is going to be a long case, and the trials are also split up
differently. So what's going to happen is tomorrow is day 2, or well, day 1 of the trial. But the day 1 of the trial is split into the trial former and the trial latter. And it's split like that for this entire case. So you have the investigation, the first trial former, the first trial latter, another investigation, the second trial former, the second trial latter, and then, the final days. That's how it's split up, and that's why it takes so long. There is so much that happens in this case. And it's so complex, and it spans so much through these characters. Like, all these characters are so important to this case, and it's crazy the story that they made with this. And I'm going to gush over this for like the rest of the time we do this case. But I'm gonna stop myself here, because if I keep talking, I can and will end up spoiling something in this case. So that is all for now. I hope you guys have enjoyed. Like, subscribe, and I will see you all next time. Bye-bye!